Okay, when you work, couple of things. Be sure you save your image as you work along. Okay, also right here we have our models. And what I want to do, I want to actually take this and group them. So it's help us organize. In some cases in tutorials, I maybe keep it flat so you can see all of them. But in many cases, if you just separate them, it's make much easier for you to navigate after. Again, as I be sure you save it. So I save my work, I can continue. Okay, next let's go to add some fog. And you look right here. We have a background layer. Okay, we also have our robot. We also have our boy. So we can go ahead and place it between these three layers. We need add effect. So as a background, we'll go create a new layer. So let's go ahead and call race. And I like to do this because it will bring kind of more point to our subject. That's what's most important here. So I'll go have the brush. Same sort what we used before, just about this size. We'll go to be sure it's set to the white and be set to 100% opacity. So you just click kind of on the middle, hold down Shift key, drag out, and click again. And you can see it's create the straight lines behind them. So this is what I'm going to just create those kind of rays. Don't worry too much, just overall right here maybe. Okay, when we're done creating a few of those rays, we'll go filter, blur, and blur. We'll just add maybe about right there and switch to the soft light. So overall, you can see just add a little bit highlights around object, bring a little bit more interesting blending with subject as well, just characterize kind of almost out of the light. So to create a smoke, you have several options. One, I will supply some of the smoke layers in tutorials. You can use it, or if you can go online, you can always find many different brushes of the smoke. I prefer to use the Ron's brushes. It's what I have at most time. You can purchase them on a DAZ, and many times you just can find one brush set 100%, and you can see I can just kind of start adding on a background right here. This is a Photoshop brush. You can create also your own brushes or just view tutorials where I created multiple different type of brushes. You can do this way, but overall idea of this, you just select and kind of start placing them around. Okay. If you just have one single brush, you can always go inside the brush options. Okay, right here. Actual preset, brush, we'll go to shape dynamics, and you can play around with the size. Okay, angle, we don't need roughness, but we can do scattering, just add a little bit more. So in this case, when you kind of start clicking, you can see the modified. Let's go maybe more on size jaggering. Okay, so you can see right here we can add some of those effects to this. Okay. Again, this is just for you so you can play around, set up some different box. I'll just add right here a little bit more. Okay, don't worry if you think you created too much, use your opacity to reduce. And in many cases, I don't like to do just on one layer, so many times you can create another layer and just add a little bit more in some areas. So don't just be stuck to one layer. When you need to create it, play around with the different ones. But idea of this, just add effect. So this is one layer, so we can create second one is actually we'll go create smoke layer, and this one, if you notice, we can put it between the boy and up front of the robot. So you can repeat it in some cases. Similar effect right here, just add. But this way, this fog is positioning Okay, let me increase that brush. You can see start blending robot to our background almost. Okay, we can add a little bit more right here and kind of set separating background robot and separating boy. So same things, let's do one more. And this one, I want to actually put it up front of the boy. So we kind of almost, you know, Control Z if you don't like it. We can almost break them together, bring them. Okay, let's go right there maybe. Just slightly, yeah, there you go. A little bit better. Okay, let's go to select some other fog. Okay, or maybe we just add a little bit right there. Kind of, you can see blending them together. This is all what it is. We just take on the edges and we blend those subjects, all of them kind of blending together. A little bit contrast I don't like on the boy, so let me go back right here. We'll go to select curve. Okay, let's link that curve together, go to luminosity. And I think some contrast maybe not set as I want it, so I'll just go bring slightly up and see if it will. Yeah, I think this will a little bit better. I think contrast was a little bit off for my taste. Yeah, a little bit better that way. Okay, and again, small adjustments. You always can come back to this. Okay, so we'll add. We have our smokes applied. So let's now apply smoke to model itself, so the character, and I will go to upfront, create it new. And in this case, you can also create similar things. You can select different as your imagination is going, different type of the smoke. In this case, I'm just going right here, maybe around from this pipe, going here smoke. So we'll just add right here. Go select a different type, and how I say as you work, you probably want to have your own collections of different brushes, and in some cases maybe I have too many of those brushes, but it's always nice, you know, to go back and select something different. Yeah, so we can go just add maybe some right there. Let's go select another brushes and just preview them fast, you know. Sometimes brushes may be hard to see, so we kind of try to adjust. But overall, you can see we can add all of this effect. Remember, you can always just slightly reduce them. Opacity, let's go back. Okay, we'll go on the top, and I'll go select a different brushes. Again, you can, maybe this one will work. Yep. Okay, let's create new layer. I'll just add a little bit to this point. Okay, let's go just brush more around him, so like he's steaming. Okay, there you go. So I think this way kind of create a little bit more interesting. Okay, so I think we're done with creating all this smoke effect. Let's go next to add some flares.